Mallory on the Move by Laurie Friedman. Continuation. An invitation. Ding dong, ding dong. Somebody get the door, Dad shouts from upstairs. I hop off the couch. It's our first official visitor, and I want to be the official greeter. I fling open the door. Big mistake. It's Winnie with 4 things. A scowl on her face, Joey, and 2 bald guys. Maybe Joey and the bald guys dragged Winnie over to apologize to me. I saw a movie once where that happened. The older bald guy hands me a bag. Special delivery, he says. What if there's something awful in the bag like a dead snake or a rat? But I can tell by the smell it's not a dead snake or a rat. I open the bag and peek inside. Fresh, hot bagels. I pick one and take a bite out of it. Double The younger bald guy talks first. Hello, young lady, he says. You've met my kids. I'm Winnie and Joey's dad, Mr. Winston. And this is my dad, Mr. Winston. The older bald guy smiles. You can call me Grandpa. Everybody does. I take another bite out of my bagel. I'm Mallory. Pleased to meet you, Mallory. Grandpa shakes my bagel-free hand. Mom comes up behind me and takes the bagel bag. Mallory, don't be rude. Invite our guests in. Dad comes downstairs and the introductions start all over again. Mr. Winston says he's sorry he hasn't come over sooner. Mom says we've been busy unpacking. Blah, blah, blah. For grown-ups who don't know each other, they have a lot to talk about. Mom invites both Mr. Winstons in for coffee. Then she tells us kids to go play. But we just stand there and look at each other. Don't grown-ups know that what happens when they tell kids who don't know each other to go play? I'm going home, says Winnie. I'm too old to play. The front door slams behind her. Count me out. Max plops down on the couch. I've got to do something really important, like finish this comic book. That leaves Joey and me. I don't want to be friendly, but I don't want to be rude either. I take a bite out of my bagel. Want to see my room? Lead the way, says Joey. He follows me down the hall. It's hard to walk into my room because my scrapbooks are all over the floor. I push them into a pile in the corner to make room for both of us. It's a mess, I told Joey. We moved in 3 days ago, and Mom says I have to have everything put away by the end of the week. No sweat, says Joey. We moved in 5 years ago, and I still haven't finished putting my stuff away. I think about Joey's mom. I wonder if Joey hasn't put his stuff away because he doesn't have a mom to tell him to do stuff like that. I feel bad just thinking about it. But Joey doesn't look like he feels bad. He opens one of the joke books on my dresser. What's another name for funny candy, he asks. I scratch my head. I give up. Laffy Taffy. Ha ha. Joey closes the book. You like jokes, don't you? I used to, I tell him. Joey looks at me like he's studying a long spelling word. Were you upset the other day because Winnie didn't laugh at your jokes? Joey's pretty smart for a boy. Yeah, I tell him. I was a little mad at Winnie, but I was a lot mad at Max. He says everything I do is dumb. Your brother and my sister are going to get along great. Winnie thinks everything I do is dumb too. Joey puts the joke book down. It stinks, doesn't it? I roll my eyes. Yeah, well, what can we do? Maybe no one's ever told Joey that big brothers and sisters get away with just about everything. We could give them a taste of their own medicine. He whispers like somebody is listening outside my door. Play a joke on them. Something funny. I look through my bookshelves. Sorry, I tell him. I can't find my copy of Jokes to Play on Your Older Siblings. Joey grins. We don't need a book. We'll think up our own joke. Like what? I can't imagine what we can do to Max and Winnie. Joey, his dad calls him from the other room. We're leaving. To be continued, says Joey. When we walk back into the den, the grown-ups are saying goodbye. See you tonight, Mr. Winston, says the mom as he leaves. 7 sharp, says Grandpa Winston. Dad waves and closes the door behind them. Where are we going at 7 sharp? I ask Mom. To the Winstons. Mom opens a box marked cookbooks. We've been invited to a welcome to the neighborhood barbecue. I have to think of something to bring. I know what you leave at home, Max mumbles from behind his comic book. Mom doesn't hear him, but I do. I know he means me, and I know he thinks I'm going to do something to embarrass him, and I don't care. I've been invited to a party. I'm going to make a scrapbook of my move to Fern Falls. I'm going to call it my moving book. It would be like my baby book, and the first picture in it would be from tonight. On the top of the page, I'm going to write, me at my first party in the new neighborhood. I just hope when I'm grown up and I look back at my moving book, I'll be smiling in the first picture. The No Joke Club. Whenever I'm waiting for someone to open a door, I wonder if I have a booger in my nose. I try to think about other things, but my brain only lets me think about what might be in my nose. The good thing is I never actually had a booger while I'm waiting. The bad news is I feel like I do today. I bet Winnie answers her front door, sees it, and laughs so hard her head falls off. But I get lucky. Joey answers the front door, and he doesn't even look at my nose. He just looks happy to see us. Come in, he says. We've been waiting for you. We follow Joey into the backyard. Winnie is sitting in a chair reading a magazine. She doesn't even get up to say hello. Mr. Winston and Grandpa come over to greet us. Hey, says Mr. Winston. He twirls the chef hat on his head. I hope you like chicken. Mom and Dad tell Mr. Winston they love it. I tell Mr. Winston I love chicken jokes. Chicken jokes, huh? Mr. Winston smiles. I love to hear a chicken joke. Max gives me one of his don't do it looks. I ignore him. Why did the chicken cross the road? That's the oldest, dumbest joke on the planet, Winnie says without looking up from her magazine. To get to the other side. I ask the next joke before anyone has a chance not to laugh at my first one. Does anybody know why the rooster crossed the road? Why? Joey asks. To show he wasn't a chicken. Everybody laughs. Well, almost everybody. Winnie yawns, and Max doesn't move a muscle. I'm starting to think the best way to keep Max quiet is to keep him with Winnie. He doesn't say a word when she's around. The grown-ups start talking. Want to see my room? Joey asks me. Sure. I follow him through his house. I thought it would be a big mess, but I'm surprised. It's pretty neat. We pass one room that's very neat. It's also very pink. I know without asking who it belongs to. I'm dead meat if I go in there, Joey tells me. That doesn't surprise me a bit. I bet the President of the United States would need an invitation to go into Winnie's room. Then we go into Joey's room. At least we try to. There's stuff everywhere. Sit anywhere you can find a spot, Joey tells me. I move a pile of t-shirts off a beanbag chair and sit down. Joey sits on the floor. Dad says I have to clean my room by the end of the summer, or I have to repeat second grade. Is he serious? I can't believe a parent would say that. Joey grins. My dad loves to joke around. Me too. Speaking of jokes, I thought of a joke we could play on Winnie and Max. Huh? I say. I can't believe he's serious. Joey puts his fingers to his lips and sticks his head out his door. He looks up and down the hall. Want to hear my plan? He asks softly. I nod. Joey sits on the pile of t-shirts on the floor and whispers his plan to me. I know no one can hear because he's whispering so softly I can barely hear him. When he finishes, I can't believe what I've heard. I thought it would be impossible to think of something to do to Winnie and Max, but Joey's plan is great. We'll start a club, he says. The No Joke Club. I frown. That sounds like the wrong name for this club to me. Aren't we going to play jokes on Max and Winnie? Sure, Joey says, but we have to show them that treating us nice is no joke. I smile. I get it. Joey, Mallory. Joey's dad calls us from the backyard. Time for dinner. So, when do we put our plan into action? I ask Joey. We start tomorrow. He high-fives me. The No Joke Club is official. We go outside in the backyard. Mr. Winston gives everybody big plates of barbecue chicken and baked beans. I take a bite of chicken. What do you call chicken that tastes good? I hope delicious, says Mr. Winston. Finger-licking chicken. I take a bite and lick my lips. I'm glad you like it, Mr. Winston smiles. Winnie rolls her eyes, and Max doesn't even look up from his plate. I know he thinks my jokes is funny because I heard him laugh when I told it before. But I also know he isn't planning to laugh today. Max must have a rule about it. Absolutely no laughing or talking around Winnie. While Mr. Winston clears the chicken plates, I make a note in my head. Tell Max he should find a better way to show girls he likes them. Mom cuts the cake she bought. Everybody eats a piece and then we go home. When I get in my room, I turn out my light and get right in bed. Life on Wish Pond Road might not be so bad after all. Painted toenails. I count red X's on my calendar and force myself to do some math. Even though it's summer break, the results are worse than I thought they would be. It's been exactly 2 weeks, 2 days, 14 hours, and 22 minutes since I promised Mary Ann I would write her a letter. And I am going to write her. The problem is for the past 2 weeks, 2 days, 14 hours, and 22 minutes, I've been very, very, very busy. And I'm still very, very, very busy. I'm supposed to be at Wish Pond this very minute for morning cat tricks. I grab donuts with one hand and cheeseburger with the other. Come on, Joey waves when he sees me coming down the street. Cat trick lessons start promptly at 9. I plop down on the rocks beside the Wish Pond and hand Joey a donut. He's very serious about cat trick lessons. I am too, but so far, Cheeseburger doesn't seem to be much of a student. Last week, we tried to teach her how to shake paws. Once, she shook her tail, but she never even lifted a paw. This week, we're trying to teach her to roll over. Okay, Joey says to Cheeseburger. Watch Murphy. He holds the donut in the air in front of Murphy. Murphy, roll over. Murphy rolls over, and Joey gives him a little piece of a donut. I clap. Your turn, he says to Cheeseburger. Joey holds up a little piece of donut. Cheeseburger closes her eyes and stretches out on the rock. Maybe she's not in the mood for donuts, I say. We can't give up, says Joey. He claps his hands, and Murphy rolls over again. Come on, Cheeseburger, says Joey. But Cheeseburger won't even open her eyes. We spend the morning trying to keep Cheeseburger awake. I take my shoes off and stick my feet in the wish pond. It's getting hot out here. Joey takes his shoes off too. Maybe we should try again this afternoon after we skateboard. Yikes. Joey and I always skateboard in the afternoon. He's been teaching me how to do it, but there won't be any skateboarding lessons for me today. I tell Joey there's something I have to do. When I get home, I shut my door and sit down at my desk. I write Dear Mary Ann on the top of a piece of paper. Then I just sit at my desk. Writing letters is not as much fun as skateboarding, but I have to write something. I promised Mary Ann I would. The question is, what? I take out another sheet of paper and start over. Dear Mary Ann, I have something to tell you that I think you will like hearing. You know what a pain Max is, right? Joey, my next-door neighbor, helped me play a really funny trick on him. We snuck into Max's room while he was still sleeping and painted his toenails. Can you believe it? I did the actual painting while Joey held his hand over my mouth. When we finished, we crept back into my room and burst out laughing. Max looked so funny. When he woke up, he went nuts. You know how nuts he can be. He was screaming and yelling, "Get this stuff off of me, Mallory. I'm going to kill you." But he was hopping up and down and trying to wipe his toenails on my carpet. When he saw Joey, who he calls Kangaroo Boy, because he says a Joey is the official name for a baby kangaroo, he yelled at him to hop back into his porch. You should have seen Max's sparkly purple toes. It was so funny. We played a trick on Joey's sister, who is not nice at all. 2. One morning, Joey and I went into Winnie's bathroom while she was sleeping. We lifted up the toilet seat and stretched plastic wrap tight across the toilet. Then we put the seat down. We hid in Joey's room and waited until we heard Winnie go into the bathroom. When we heard her scream, we knew what had happened. Winnie came out of the bathroom carrying her slippers. They were dripping wet with you know what. You should try this sometime. Not to yourself, to someone else. It is so funny. I can't wait for you to get here. G to G, short for got to go. I'm late for skateboarding lessons. Hugs and kisses, Mallory. I reread my letter. In 2nd grade, I learned that there are 3 steps to writing a letter. Step 1, writing it, check. Step 2, rereading it, check. Step 3, mailing it. There's no way I can do step 3. Joey and I have had a lot of fun since I moved in, but I think about the pinky swear I made with Mary Ann. I promise not to be friends with any boy next door. When Mary Ann reads my letter, she'll know I broke my pinky swear. She won't be happy about that. I don't know how I'm going to tell her I'm friends with Joey, but I do know writing it in a letter is a bad idea. I rip up my letter. Then I look in my mirror and raise my right hand. Tomorrow, I do solemnly swear to write Mary Ann. A bad month. Dear Mary Ann, I don't think letters are supposed to have titles, but if they did, I'll call this one a bad month. Lots of bad things have happened since I moved to Fern Falls. I will tell you all about them. Bad thing number 1. My room is very small. Max got the big room and I got the very small room. Bad thing number 2. My bathroom is not actually my bathroom. It is the bathroom I have to share with Max. You'll have to share with him too when you come visit. But don't worry, we can lock him out. Maybe we'll lock him out all day, and if he has to go really bad, he'll have to go in the backyard. Ha ha ha. Bad thing number 3. My next door neighbor is a very mean girl. Very mean. The only person who likes her is Max, so you can imagine how mean she must be. She doesn't even talk to me except to tell me to leave her alone. You won't like her. Bad thing number 4. There's a wish pond on my street, but I don't think it works. Wishes are supposed to come true when you throw rocks into the pond, but I've been throwing them in since I moved here, and none of my wishes have come true. If they had, I would still be living next door to you. That's all there is to tell about me. Everything was bad when I moved in a month ago, and it hasn't gotten any better since. I can't wait to see you. We're going to have so much fun. It will be just like it used to be. We'll paint our toenails. We'll take Cheeseburger on long walks. We'll say everything 3 times. We'll even play our favorite game. You know which one that is. I miss you so, so, so much. I am counting the days until you get here. Max says he is too. Hugs, hugs, hugs. Kisses, kisses, kisses. Mallory. I reread my letter. Even though I don't love writing letters, I think this one is good. I told Mary Ann all about the bad things that have happened to me since I moved here. Then I think about what if I didn't tell her. I didn't tell her that even though we made a pinky swear not to be friends with the boy next door, I am. I wrote in my letter the things that would be just like they used to be. But I'm not sure how things with Mary Ann would be just like they used to be, just because now I'm friends with Joey too. All this thinking has given me a headache. I know why I don't like writing letters. You have to think about what you write in them, and I'm sick of thinking about what I've written in this one. I put the letter to Mary Ann inside a purple envelope and lick it shut. I write SWAK on the outside with a purple marker. My letter to Mary Ann is sealed with a kiss, and is on its way. To be continued.